All right, Chris and I are taking apart the saloon and hotel right now, and we're breaking apart like we did the Undertaker facade. So we just took the two side pieces off, and they're laying down right here. We already took the sign and all the railing off that's hanging out right here. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. We're not going to do a full video like last time because I don't know if you want to see like 20 facades being broken down. So almost the whole roof is gone. All the shutters, saloon door, all that's gone. This part of the decking is gone. And we're going to take this part down, and then we're going to take that part down, and then we'll remove the deck, and then we'll lay that part down and detach it and store it. And this is the last part, and it's done. So excited to be done with that. That was a workout. I definitely don't need to go to the gym tonight.
Nope. Well, you might have to. But...
Oh.
I've just gotten started on the general store. These 3 flats that you see here, one right there leaning up against the barbershop, and then these 2 laying down were the they started out being some flats from a past project a few years ago, and that's why they're blue. And then we used them, cut them down on this end last year, and used them as our maze walk-through ceiling. And you'll notice there's a couple holes in it. I had some recessed lights to kind of light the pathways and stuff of the maze. This year it's going to be a general store. So I just wanted to show you guys real quick. What I did is you can see that they were standard flats, and they had the toggles every 2 foot. And I've connected the 2 flats together just to give me a you know, connect them, make them in a straight line. And what I did is I made some marks and knocked out for a doorway. This will be the entrance door for the general store, and then right there I've got to do one for the window. And I wanted to kind of keep our little cartoon look thing going, so I have the door narrower at the bottom than at the top. So the top's like 30.5 and the bottom's 28.5. And haven't shot those in yet, but you can just see I just took a Sawzall and made my marks, cut them, knocked out the pieces, and that's how I do it. So I'll get these all shot on there, cut out the window, and I will show you an update. Alright guys, so now I have the door and the window both framed out. You'll notice the 2 long pieces of red boards. I have those just temporarily screwed on so that when I split these walls apart, flip them over and route out the wood that's gonna reveal the openings. That way none of my framing moves until I get it all finished and boxed in and that kind of thing. Okay, so I've got the 3 flats all screwed together now, and you'll notice that I have this header piece that I tried to kind of, instead of basically just screwing like a 2x6 to the top of it, I cut a little strip and nailed it together, and it's got an overhang, so it's going to be kind of like a decorative, like a mantle or a header piece, much like you see on a lot of the old West buildings. And then I've got the jacks attached and a couple of bracings just to kind of stiffen up the back. And now I'm going to stand this thing up. So we stood up the general store, and again, these flats are left over from last year's maze. They were our ceiling pieces that went through over the walkthrough, and I cut these 3-inch holes for recessed lighting. We had them. It was really cool because we had them hooked up to the lightning machine. So every time the lightning was striking outside, the lights inside the maze were dimming in and out and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a flyer. The firefly.
The firefly.
That's the firefly from Lights Alive. It works really well.
Yeah, yeah. So, but for this year, since we're using them for the general store, I want to patch these holes up. And this is that 1/4-inch Luan. And to do that, what I've done is I got some scrap pieces of Luan that I cut. You'll notice that I have put a screw in there. And the reason why I do that is because I'm gonna put them on the back, and then I can pull against the screw, and then just shoot it with some staples. I use this Bondo to then go over and fill the hole up. Oddly enough, you can actually get this at Home Depot and Lowe's usually. And then once you patch it, you can go back and sand it, and it's paintable and all that kind of stuff. So it's really like one of my best friends for patching up old holes or filling any kind of things up. So let's get started. Now this one can has actually lasted me quite a while. I'm almost out.
And it's potent, so don't like take a deep breath the first time you open the can.
Yeah, you should wear a mask with this stuff. But I just use a little bit at a time. When you buy this stuff, it comes with the hardener. But you just need for like a blob like this, you just need a little bit of maybe a little bit. The more you add, the quicker it sets. So if you're just starting out and stuff, and you just want to probably put a little bit in, and that way you have more time to work with it. For those of you who have never played with Bondo, when I was a kid, I snuck my mom's Camaro out, and when she was out of town, and I was pretty young, I was like 16 or whatever, but I got stuck on the side of the road, and so when I went to go get some help, another car slid into it on the ice and smashed the side of it. So that whole rest of the night I spent taking her fender off and trying to pound the dents out. Well, once I did that, I realized that it didn't look so good. So I attempted to fix it with this stuff and, you know, paint it. And needless to say, the end of that story was she came home and saw our car not in the same shape it was when she left. And so I was restricted from that point. Now, I think in this heat.
And then we'll go quick, huh?
Yeah.
Now, you're probably wondering, why are you patching this if you're just going to cover it with wood? Well, we're actually not covering this one with wood. Yeah. This one we're going to paint, because we're running out of wood and we need to keep the wood for some other projects.
So I didn't mix enough. And you can start to see
it's drying.
It's drying, so.
Is it supposed to like that? You can sand it, right?
I will go over it some more. It's because I was messing with it, but you can see it's already dry to the touch for the most part. But yeah, I'll mix some more up real quick.
It doesn't go fast.
It's nice because you can scrape off your
residue.
Yeah, if you do it, you know, before it totally dries, you don't have to like sand it off. We're always trying to conserve, so it's better to mix a little at a time, I think.
Got another story for us?
Well, the second time my mom left town. Another time I tried to do a nice thing, and I thought, you know, one morning before we were going to school and work, I thought I'd pull my mom's Camaro out of the garage for her, you know, so that it, you know, it was ready to go. We could just jump in and go. Well, there was a pile of ice right outside the garage door that I didn't really realize it was there. So when I pulled out, the back tire started to spin out, thus causing the car to go up against the side of the garage door. Well, then it caught traction because we had ice tires, or the studded tires, and it took the mirror off. So it was funny because I remember, it wasn't funny that my mom's car is getting demolished through the years, but it was funny because I looked and I saw my mom stomping up and down, yelling and stuff, but I couldn't hear her because of her car. But I could, lip sync, or not lip sync, but read lips at the time. I knew I was in trouble. And again, the cleaner you are with this, the less work for sanding, but Gina's gonna do that part. So.
I always get the crappy job.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Go fling the Bondo.
Slip and slide. Call you Butterfingers.
You know what you can do too is once you sand it, if you see a little bit of a pit here and there, you can always mix a little bit more up and go over that. Some guys are really good at this. It's kind of like drywall mud. Some guys have to, it's like an art. You can see a couple low spots right in there, but so I can always go back and add a little bit more. But I think it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Now, could you use a palm sander on that too?
Yeah, you could. It's take a little bit longer. This old sandpaper too, so if I put a new one on, it would be faster. But that's pretty much it. And I may go over it a little bit, do a light sand over everything since we're gonna paint it. But that's all patched up.
Woo!